Are there evil spirits attached to these boxes?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm making a mistake. Maybe you guys are about to watch something unfold that's going to prove me wrong and shake my entire foundation. The Dybbuk box is a box that is said to be haunted by a Dybbuk. A Dybbuk is said to be a restless, malicious spirit, believed to be able to haunt and even possess the living. The Dybbuk is said to be trapped inside, and you should never open the box, as if you do, the evil will be let out. I do not believe in Dybbuk boxes personally, and not only will I tell you why in this video, I have acquired 3 of these boxes, and I might be opening one of them to show you that these are all based on fear, nothing more, nothing less. There is no place for fear in spirit research, as the reality is, for me, it is a beautiful experience full of love, peace, and respect. The Dybbuk box is nothing to fear, as it is based on something that is not real. But I guess if I am wrong, I may be in trouble.
Portal, but I have these Dybbuk boxes and a supposedly haunted mirror surrounding my portal, my signature portal. The mirror. Did you hear that, guys?
So today I received a box in the mail. It's right here. It's pretty heavy. What's inside? Inside this box contains 3 Dybbuk boxes with a story attached to them. We're going to take them out. I'm going to talk about the origins of the Dybbuk box. We might even open one to see what really happens. Hey guys, this is Steve. Welcome back to the channel. You guys know that I keep it real. I am a spirit communicator, a researcher. I am someone who connects with and speaks to the dead. I've been doing it for 9 years. I've created devices to make that easier. I know you're here. I can hear you. Who is this? Sounded like a little girl saying, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?" I do hear you. But what really irks me is when I see misinformation and spreading of fear on false information. It is my opinion that Dybbuk boxes are nonsense, fake, complete rubbish. And as a matter of fact, if you look at the history and the facts of the Dybbuk box, it doesn't have any historical significance. It was created by an eBay seller. The name Dybbuk box was created by an eBay seller who was selling a box claiming to have a demon trapped inside of it. He wrote a really compelling piece in his auction. It sold. That buyer then kept it for a while, made up a story, or wrote their story, I should say, sold it for double their money. The story was so compelling and it kind of went viral that it ended up in the movie called The Possession about the Dybbuk box. And then it wound up in the hands of Zach Bagans. Now, if you go by and you believe everything you see on TV and movies, you're going to think the Dybbuk box is real, it's evil, there's demons trapped inside of it. I don't believe that for a nanosecond. First of all, I don't believe you can trap a demon inside of a box, no matter what you wrap around it or what prayer is said over it. But I decided to put my theory to the test. I went and I found not 1, not 2, but 3 Dybbuk boxes. My goal was to make this video to educate and to inform. Now I'm going to open one of these Dybbuk boxes and it doesn't scare me in the slightest, because not for a nanosecond do I believe there's anything attached to these boxes. Not for a nanosecond. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm making a mistake. Maybe you guys are about to watch something unfold that's going to prove me wrong and shake my entire foundation. Maybe I'm making one of the biggest mistakes I've made. Alright guys, so I'm sitting here going over a video I shot with these boxes so far and EVP attempts, and something really strange is happening. Now, as you saw, I just gave my thoughts on what I feel on these devices. I feel they're BS, they're nonsense, they're made for a profit. But as I sit here going over the video, putting it together, I started for the first time in a long time, a year and a half, started to get extreme chest tightness, shallow breathing, and my head was buzzy, like it felt weird, like I always describe it as going out of my body, like my soul leaving my body. And I was like, how is this happening? I went into this with zero fear, and I still have zero fear. I find it very intriguing. And also, I've done like 6 EVP attempts. The first 5, I couldn't get anything.
Okay, Spirit, I have what's called a Dybbuk box in front of me. There's supposed to be a evil spirit trapped inside. Is there a spirit inside this box? Is there a spirit inside this Dybbuk box?
This is a first.
There's a spirit inside of this box. Calling on my guides, angels, protectors. Is this box, this Dybbuk box, is it real?
Hang in. There's never a time when I use one of my DR60s that I do not get an EVP, or at least yelling or noise. They were silent as a mouse around these boxes. Why is that? I texted my good friend Josh over at Hope. We were discussing right here, and you know, he brought up a good point. Intent. Now, whether these were made by some person sitting at their kitchen table, and I believe they were, fully, whether that's the case or not, the intent around these devices put out into the universe, for example, is that of evil, right? So all that evil intent, I'll tell you what Josh just said. He says, that's really the only thing that's real in this world, his energy and intention. Everything else is just a bunch of floating atoms. So when people go and make up a story, let's say about a tree being evil, eventually all of that energy and intention goes into that location, and other spirits will start to make that a reality. I believe that's what can happen with these types of boxes. So if there's any negative spirits around me, even though I'm protected, the spirits that are lingering around here might be trying to take advantage of this situation to instill fear in me, and it's not going to work. But I find it very interesting that I was getting chest pain, head tingling, out-of-body experience kind of feeling, and I couldn't get an EVP. Now, I did get one EVP.
Are there any spirits attached to this box?
Whew. So how to continue with this video? I might have to reevaluate. But for now, let's take a closer look at the boxes and the story that's attached to these 3 specific boxes. Let's just get to the unboxing here. My belief is that these are basically a product of myth. Okay, so here, you know, the Dybbuk box didn't even exist up until maybe quite a few years ago. I'll have the exact date or time or year on the screen, but these didn't even exist. The term was basically created by a guy on eBay selling a haunted box that he claimed had a spirit trapped inside. And that box not only stemmed a movie, it wound up in the hands of Zach Bagans. Let's open these and I will show you guys these Dybbuk boxes here, and we'll show them in detail, and I'm gonna open one. So let's check it out. Now coming up here soon, I do a session with the boxes and delve in a little deeper. But here I was unboxing them, and this one did affect me right here. That cigarette smoke smell is strong. But it was due to the overwhelming cigarette smoke smell emanating from the shipping box itself. But these Dybbuk boxes are creative. They're actually quite nice and fun to look at. Made in Taiwan sticker, still on the bottom. But on that one, on the bottom, there was a Made in Taiwan sticker on the box. So this person who sold them to me, I am 100% confident within myself that she made them at her kitchen table and is selling them on eBay with an elaborate story attached to them, similar to what the originals and others do now. But let's get into the story she attached to these boxes and the mirror itself. So the story attached to these eBay listings goes like this. I came across these boxes from an extremely large inheritance from my deceased grandfather, who passed in 2016 from a brain aneurysm at the age of 96. Me and my mother inherited everything he left behind. My grandfather was a lifelong priest for a small family-owned church that was started in 1826 by his mother and father. I never spent much time with my grandfather due to the fact that outside of church, he was a very abusive and reclusive man and didn't care too much for women or children. My mother told me many stories when I got older of her childhood and home life that I found very disturbing and unsettling. My grandfather was extremely passionate in his line of work, probably too passionate, my mother always said. It took over him and created a very dark and sorrow-filled home for her and her mother. He was known and popular in our hometown for hundreds of personal deliverance ministries and exorcisms. I was horrified when I learned this. I've seen many movies on this kind of thing, and never ever did I dream this could be real life. So I'm going to go on. I'm going to skip some of this. Basically, the first night she burned a box. After burning the box, I had a horrible nightmare of my grandfather standing over my bed, screaming at me and pouring buckets of vomit all over my room. I thought it was just my subconscious thoughts from the day before, but oh no, the hell that these boxes brought goes on. Sounds of whistling and children crying throughout my home at night, smells of burning ammonia whenever I pass the garage. So it goes on to tell the story, and she goes on to say, thank God she only burned one of these. And, you know, this is another elaborate story that we see the continuing pattern on of people on eBay who are selling these boxes. But it's funny that these boxes never existed before that original guy created the name and the box itself in 2001, who he was a writer himself. It's just funny, right? But I'm going to put this to the test and do a spirit session with these boxes using my portal signature. And I might even open one or even burn one just to show you guys there's nothing to the Dybbuk box. If you research the history, it's plain as day to see what's going on with these.
Alright guys, this is Steve. I'm in my living room. It's late, all the lights are out. I'm using night vision on this camera. I do have a little blue light shining onto the portal, but I have these Dybbuk boxes and a supposedly haunted mirror surrounding my portal, my signature portal. I'm going to run the Dead Time app through the portal to see if I can get any messages from the spirits I normally talk to, or if they can validate these Dybbuk boxes. Now, you guys know I have my doubts about these things, but I will say the two strange things have happened so far. My lights of my portal, my blue lights, LEDs, have dimmed when I put these boxes next to it, seemingly draining the batteries. And I had those chest tightness issues earlier, which have went away, but we'll see what happens during this session. I don't know what to expect, but we'll see what happens. All right. Dead Time app. We are running through the portal. So I have these Dybbuk boxes here. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Now, I'm using the Dead Time app from I.T.C. Legion. Okay, now If you don't know how apps work, see my video I put up recently about how spirits use apps to speak. This has several banks, and it's reverse audio and gibberish. But when it goes through the portal, spirits manipulate that audio. But I'm manually activating these banks. Hello, hello. Turn it up. Are there evil spirits attached to these boxes? Do any of you know? The story is there's spirits attached to these boxes, these Dybbuk boxes, and if you open them, the evil gets out. Are there spirits inside of these boxes? Are there spirits attached to these Dybbuk boxes? Are there spirits in these boxes? It's very quiet. Hello? I'm Steve. Who is this? Do you have any messages for me? Where are you? If there's a spirit in one of these boxes, can you speak? So again, here's the dead time app I'm using. Actually, I'll put it here so it focuses. Those are banks. So when I ask a question, hello, hello, can you hear me? A lot of this I won't hear in real time, but when I review it, I'll be able to make it out. Trying to connect to see who's here. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not feeling any energy from these boxes at all right now. I'm not feeling any evil presence. I'm not feeling any big presence. I'm feeling maybe a small, slight presence to my back left. Is there someone behind me to my left? Is Ed or Billy here? Are they in here? I don't know, I'm asking you. Are any of you spirits afraid of these Dybbuk boxes? I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of any spiritual presence. There's also a mirror back there I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Would you be able to show yourself in the mirror? Alright, I think this app's doing pretty well. Dave Miller, who makes it, made some changes to it. And he sent me a copy. I think I'm going to like this, actually. Do any other spirits here know, my guides, anyone? Can you tell me if there's spirits in these boxes? Should I open one of these boxes? Alright, I'm going to ask my guides for advice. Should I open one of these Dybbuk boxes? Okay, let's forget about the boxes that are here. Let's just concentrate on who's here now talking. You might not care about these. Who's here with me now talking to me?
Mirror.
The mirror. Did you hear that, guys? All right, I'm going to try to film this mirror here. Hold on. That was awesome. That was amazing. We have definitely... Here's the mirror. Oh, this night vision's doing a number on it, though. Can you show yourself there? Is that a face? Ed? Did you say Ed? Let me try to turn off night vision here. Alright, there we are. Hello?
The checkbox.
All right.
Me, sure. Now.
You show right now? Okay. Let's try right now. Can you show up in the mirror? Oh, I'm getting a chill. Holy cow. Can you show up? Is that you? Oh my goodness. I just got to chill because I just thought I saw a face. I might have been seeing things. Did you show up? Who showed themselves? You? This is awesome. Now, this has turned from the Dybbuk boxes to a normal, amazing session. Now, I have sessions like this all the time, but they're not talking anything about these boxes. I'm not feeling any evil presence. I still am going to say these boxes are nonsense for the most part, but the intent, not the intent of the person making them, because I believe the intent of the person making them is to make money on eBay, but the intent of everyone thinking they're evil and believing there's demons in them. I've talked in the past about creating our own reality. When we put all this stuff out into the universe, things can happen, and maybe evil sees this as a way to try to affect us. Now, they know they have no chance with me. Maybe they tried earlier, thinking to get into my head because I have these boxes here, but evil just cannot win. Love beats evil every time. Let's try a couple more here. Hello? Is there anything else? Eddie. So I've heard Ed a few times. Is there anything else you want to say to me tonight? It's amazing talking to you. I send love your way. I'll ask one more time. Are these Dybbuk boxes fake or real? That might have been a reply. I thought I heard her say afraid. I should be afraid? Interesting. Well, thank you very much for your conversation. Much love to you, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm going to shut this down, but I want to go review this. It's exciting stuff for me right here. All right.
So it's the next day. I feel great. Everything is awesome. And the lesson I learned by buying these Dybbuk boxes, which cost me around $300 for the 3 boxes in the mirror, I'm glad I bought it. I learned a lesson. I learned that upon research, these were created by man. 2001 is when we first heard of them in the history of man. Ever since, people have been selling them on eBay. Now, if I had a demon in a box, I wouldn't be putting it on eBay for $50. That's just, you know, it just doesn't seem like something someone would do. Now, while I know that there's no demons in these boxes, and even the spirits said that it was kind of silly and dumb in their words, I do like these pieces. I think they're beautiful, especially this one right here. The attention to detail that this seller put into them is fantastic, especially this one. But they all have the same signature. They all look like they were made by the same person, the same style of wax strip and so forth. I don't have any regret that I bought these. I think whoever made these is creative, and 2 of them will be put in my living room for decoration purposes. Again, I know there's no demon inside of these. And, you know, if by any chance I have a string of bad luck or bad health or something, I will let you guys know, but I'm confident that it will not. Even here, the scratches. So a demon's going to be in the mirror and it's trying to scratch its way out. That's the stuff you see in movies, and movies are simply not real. Again, not real. But it was fun. I loved doing this video. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed my look at the Dybbuk boxes and the history of them, and to show you that really there's nothing to fear. Dybbuk boxes are man-made. They're man-made. Now, sometimes our fear can get to us, anxiety can get to us, and I do believe that there is intent here, and evil spirits can use these kind of things to affect us if we fear it. Today is day 2. I feel fine. I feel awesome. There's no chest tightness. There's no head buzzing. There's nothing of the sort, but happiness, love, peace, positivity. I slept like a baby last night. So I think it's time we crack open this box. All right, where to begin? I think I will cut all the wax, maybe melt it if need be, and we'll flip it open and see what's inside. Man, this video is already approaching 30 minutes. We're gonna have to hold this opening of the box till the next video. Subscribe, thumbs up, and I love you all. Thank you.